Hey everybody, welcome back to our devotionals, walking through the Circle Maker book as a church. We're pressing into becoming a people of prayer, and all that entails: praying bold prayers, praying consistently over a long period of time. One thing that I run into, that I have run into historically, is I've tried to press into praying for people, is I have historically felt sort of like this unrealistic or unneeded weight on myself that has stopped me from praying for people, stopped me from praying for anything big, is because I feel like, in a way, God's reputation is on the line. And in the last section of this book, the author says, essentially what he says is, your reputation is not on the line, God's is. You're giving him I'm reading this in front of me if you see me making a weird face. You're giving him an opportunity to show you and the world who he is. And so essentially he's saying, like, you're not saving his reputation or yours by not dreaming big or asking big, you know? So, but again, I can get kind of in my head and think like, oh, almost like, what will I think of God if he doesn't come through for me? Like, if I pray like, hey, heal this person, there's, like, this baby is sick, or like at risk of dying, and I am scared to pray because what if you don't come through, and I have to wrestle with what that means, or we don't want to pray for somebody else because what if God doesn't come through and they look at me badly, or they think about God badly, and I would rather just not pray because I don't want to have to deal with the consequences of my reputation or God's reputation being like scarred or damaged in that way. But in reality, I realize it's not my job to defend God's reputation. It's my job to be obedient, to pray, and to give God an opportunity to be God and to do God things. And it's his job to glorify himself and to, validate his reputation, to validate his character. My job is just to create space for that. And as far as my reputation, like, I think I'm still processing that, honestly. It's still like a fear of mine, but it's something where I can go like, God, I want to give you an opportunity to glorify yourself more than I want for people to glorify me in their way of thinking about me, which is a challenge because we always want people to think highly of us. But there comes a point where we go, God, like, ultimately, I want them to think highly of you. And I want that more than I want, my reputation. And so I'm going to give you an opportunity to come through and to show them who you are, even at the risk of them thinking that I'm weird or that I'm crazy as well. We are not saving our own reputation or saving God's reputation by not dreaming big, by not praying big, by not taking risks. And so I want to pose that to you guys and encourage you, if you find yourself hesitating on big prayers for your own life or for other people because of the risk involved, I want you to take that to the Lord today and say, God, I want you to be glorified. And I want you to be in charge of taking care of your own reputation and mine. And so I'm going to give this to you, and I'm going to choose to obey and to give you an opportunity to move. And give that to him and see what he does with it. And I think God is a God who waits for opportunities to come through. There's a part of me as a dad that I love to come through for my kids. I love to come through for my wife. When they really rely on me, I like to show that, like, I'm steadfast, that I'm capable. And I know that God is even more so excited for the chance to prove himself steadfast and faithful to his kids. So give him a shot at that and put his reputation in his hands today. So I hope that encourages you, and I hope that challenges you. And I would love to hear stories if any of that applies, and if you see God's come through, or if you took a risk, let us know. And I hope that you're blessed with that. We'll see you guys next time.